Call 911.
No, I'm gonna call the police right now.
These are the police.
What are you talking about?
They are
no, they're not doing
yeah,
this.
That's the dude I saw earlier. All right.
Hey, don't break that motherfucking window.
Then open the door. It's gonna get broke or open the
door.
You got about 10 seconds.
Y'all are like, this is the fashion.
I'm gonna break it right now.
Y'all are the motherfuckers who are like doing this racist ass shit, man.
It doesn't matter.
Why are you wearing a mask if you are not?
All right, here we go.
If you're cool.
Don't break our window.
Hey, man.
Don't break our window. I have back here.
Are you gonna lower the window or no?
Obey the law. What are you talking about?
There's no law. We don't have to answer any questions about anyone's status. You don't need to identify him. He wasn't driving the car.
How am I supposed to identify somebody else if I'm not that person?
You do not. Hey.
You're gonna hurt me.
Do not.
Do you want to get out or do you want to stay?
Why would I get out for?
Do not break my window, man. There's no need.
Nobody's hiding anybody.
I'm not hiding. What are you talking about hiding?
Okay, everybody is talking too much.
I watched you walk up. I watched you pick this guy up. I watched the whole thing.
Watch me do what?
I watched you walk up. I watched you pick him up. I watched you walk up to my vehicle.
Pick up.
So we got two options right now.
Pick up? Who did I pick up if I'm not driving? Stop.
You can pick up.
Open the door.
Daddy, what you want to do?
You cannot unlock. You cannot break through my. I want to see a badge number and I want to see a name and a rank.
I want to get broken.
Do you have? Identify yourselves first.
Stop.
You can identify yourselves first. Look at these motherfuckers breaking the window.
Baby, cover your face today.
You are breaking our window. What are you breaking the window for?
Yeah, he just scooted over.
My purse is under you, sweetie. Hand it to me so I can have my wallet and everything.
You need to ID yourselves. Why can't you ID yourselves, huh? You're the ones that are. How do I know this isn't a f***ing kidnapping? This is a f***ing kidnapping.
Look at him! Look at him!
This is a f***ing kidnapping.
His glass right there. Stop, please!
You are dragging him across f***ing glass.
I will show you my ID. Daddy, just listen.
Fucking fascist piece of shit.
You're talking to me, right? You were talking. I will give you my fucking ID, but here's the
You
thing.
ID yourself,
I'm
huh?
not fucking harboring a
Why don't you ID yourselves?
I hope you post that because that's the evidence we need.
Welcome back, everybody. As many of you guys know, I'm a law enforcement trainer and instructor. I train and instruct military and law enforcement all over the country on various law enforcement disciplines to include constitutional law, case law, patrol tactics, use of force, advanced criminal investigations, etc. And this is an interesting video for a couple reasons. Number one, as you can see from the video, you have a bunch of ICE agents, officers that are getting pretty hands-on, getting pretty intense. As you can see, they broke through the window, and they're taking people into custody. And so, what's interesting is we're able to see this because somebody was able to record with their cell phone, and then you can see the video cuts out, which happens frequently because as people are going hands-on, phones, you have to utilize a full hand for a phone. Phones are taken, what have you. But what's really interesting, what we were able to see from the onset of this was that these agents, these federal officers, federal agents, had body camera plates with no body camera on them. And that was something that I noticed pretty quickly, is they all have plates for body camera, but no body cameras attached. And so what's interesting is, right, and again, the reason why I'm making this video is because I was having a conversation with some other law enforcement officials, professionals that operate at a very high level criminal investigators, essentially, and we were talking about you get a bunch of criminal investigators that are I would say really good at what they do, and then you start talking about casework, cases, you just kind of shop talk, and then you get on the conversation of EDC. I thought it was interesting because I thought I was the only person that EDC that everyday carried a recording device. So I'll kind of show you. So this, and I'll put I'll put something here on the screen. There's many different kinds of varieties, but a recording device. And again, I thought I was the only one. And then you start talking to these guys, and they're like, pretty much everybody in that room did the same thing. And it was like, we don't, it's not something you usually talk about, but yeah, Totally agree. And so we can kind of talk about the nuances of that here in a second, but I say that all to say you do whatever you need to do for everyday carry. But this is a very interesting point. And also my company, Solution-Based Law Enforcement Services, our whole premise is we know there are known problems within law enforcement, and even just within, everyday companies, right? And so take this, right? We know this is a known problem. We know that ICE, there's no requirement that says they shall always have a body camera on them. And we know that sometimes they don't. And so speaking to an everyday person, I can tell you, hey, we can talk about why they should, why it's a great idea, all the risk mitigation factors. We can talk about all of it. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to make a decision. Is this something that's worth you creating your own solution for? Because if it's not, you just wasted, 45 minutes an hour of your time talking about why it's a problem, but really you have no real desire to safeguard yourself from a known issue. And if that's the case, that's fine. But again, our company is designed to provide solutions to problems and then give you risk mitigation factors for said solutions. And at the end of the day, I'm not saying you have to pick any of them, but at least solutions were brought forward to you. And if something happens, you can't say that, hey, solutions weren't there. And so this is important because, again, let's look at some screenshots here on the screen. We see here ICE has issued guidance. So they have ICE Directive 19010.3, and that is their body-worn camera directive, their policy on that. I will link this in the description box below if you want to read it in its totality. And then we see here another screenshot. You have a congressman out of New Jersey that is introducing a bill that requires ICE agents to wear body cameras. So we know this is a known issue. Not all ICE wear body cameras. Per policy, we know that it's not a shall require to wear body cameras. And then in this video, we see that ICE not wearing body cameras. So we have the three trifecta here, right? I have a known policy that states that there's no shall, right? There's nothing that says they shall at all times. Then we have a representative for New Jersey that's stating that we know that there's transparency issues with this, so therefore they're introducing a bill, and then we have actual evidence from a video that they're not wearing body cameras, even if they have plates attached for that equipment. So, being that that's the case, we can talk about, again, you can talk about why that should or shouldn't be, but if you think that it should be and it's not, what are you going to do about it, right? So you have solutions. And I just think it's interesting that, this is something that I have thought about for a long time, even before this administration, like way back. I mean, I've carried recording devices for this specific thing since GoPros first came out, if I'm being honest. I mean, it is what it is, and so it is one of those things where it's just been an everyday part of my EDC, and it's interesting to see that there are others that are, again, high level investigators that also have it as an EDC. And so again, it's a known issue, and it's not just with law enforcement, right? Well, law enforcement's one key, but what happens if you come up on some kind of incident, right? Somebody's running around with a knife, right? You have a lot of people that when there's an incident, they take their phones out and they start recording, and that's great, but maybe law enforcement needs to be called, right? So can you record and still talk to law enforcement at the same time? We don't see that happen. And so what's great about having the ability to EDC something, right? I now have the ability to call and record, right? And this is going to record everything that I'm saying. And if need be, right, it has the keychain. I can now, put it through my fingers, and I can now utilize the self-defense methodology if I need to. I say to say there's so many things that can be done. It's really a force multiplier, and not every issue means that I need to go out and activate as law enforcement, right? But having the ability to record, whether you're talking about, in this case, in this video, you're talking about a law enforcement encounter, or you're talking about just the craziness that happens in everyday life, having the ability to communicate and record, I think that's super important. it's important enough to me where I have now implemented in my EDC. And so again, there's many different flavors, right? Some people like the more innocuous, you call it covert, innocuous, whatever things, obviously a key fob does not look like a camera, nor would people really mistaken it for a camera. You do this and you have people calling the police because they're upset. It is what it is. If I'm holding a key fob in my hand, nobody cares. If I do this, everybody cares. So I personally, for me, I like the ability to not raise alarms because I'm doing this. That's just me. Everybody's different. But there's a lot of different things on the civilian markets. There's people that are carrying magnetic ones that's actually really good at clothing. It's becoming an everyday reality. And so it's just very interesting that, I had that conversation very recently about, EDCs and, this type of stuff. And then I see this video and it's like, yeah, that would have been, an excellent opportunity where it's like, hey, the truth of the matter is none of these guys have cameras. I have a camera. Cool. Now I at least have the ability to record. And that would make me feel a lot better, right? That I'm just talking for myself. Again, transparency is important. So I bring this all up to say, I mean, again, this is a real world thing, and this is something again that people that are similar in me in thought and career are already doing, and so I just thought I'd kind of bring out in the forefront to you and get your opinion, right? So we obviously see this is one example of an encounter where having the ability to record is super important. And me especially, I know the conduct that I engage in. I know exactly what I would say. You guys know my templates. So I already know how I'm going to interact. So I'm not worried about that. My piece is, again, the transparency piece. So what do you guys think? You guys think that people like myself, other investigators, other law enforcement are being way overblown when we have cameras as EDC? Do you think it's a good idea? I'm just curious to know what your guys' thought process are. So let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, interesting to hear your thoughts. As always, guys, long live the Republic.